Justice and peace and equality.
Michelle Moore, Voices of the Village podcast, Game Changers Media Network. We're back. You were talking about 2019 transition,
Correct.
COVID.
Correct. COVID, that's all you have to say. And unlike many other businesses, 2020 and 2021 were actually 2020 was actually a year of tremendous growth for us.
Okay.
Our sales went up probably almost 45%.
Oh, wow.
Because people were having to find a new way to communicate.
Okay.
And so we were able to provide a video solution for people that were able to communicate, that were stuck in their homes, that needed meetings, that needed to still market their company out there. So we had a lot of growth in 2020, but what happened was the aftermath of 2021, when things were balancing back out, our sales went down dramatically because of the spike that was experienced due to the environment and everything that was happening. So going through that balance was a lot, but we're definitely, on the move and growing every single year, and just super grateful that we were able to make it through COVID and all the transition that happened.
Now, what are some of the things that you saw as far as the transition of how media worked from that 2019 to like 2020 era? Because people were stuck at home.
They were.
And you had to just be creative,
right,
in a space where people couldn't really touch each other,
right. And it was like, I think a lot too about the way Zooms and meetups and all that stuff is now. That's crazy, the way that you're able to just meet with people. I think COVID changed the world forever, because for salespeople particularly that used to travel all the time, they were no longer able to do that. So now Zoom is a way of life that everybody lives in every day. Everybody's got at least 2 or 3 Zoom calls a week, right?
Yes.
Right. So the transition, with media in 2014 or 2019, it was a lot, but even not just in regards to COVID, but in regards to what people were doing themselves. As a person in media, you understand. If you look at what media was 10 years ago, it's nothing like what it's going to be. And I can only imagine what it's going to be in 10 years. It went from people constantly using stock content and fake imagery because it looked better, to where people could create their own with video cameras and photo cameras, but they had to have professionals that did it. And now it's even transitioning even more to where with cell phones, there's so much stuff that's done with your cell phones nowadays. It's just being able to find that balance, And I can say that if we would have still been the television station, we would not still be here today. We had to change with the media world, and that's exactly what we did. People stopped watching cable. They started streaming. We went to that. People don't watch it. They watch it on demand when they want to now. So if we would not have made that transition from local television station to a video production company to marketing firm like we are now, SCB wouldn't be here today. But we were able to evolve with the times, and we will continue to evolve with the times. We're already looking for solutions now in regards to Reels and TikToks and what people are doing on their phones, trying to decide how can we bring that value to our clients that we have already.
Absolutely. Now, you were talking about how media transitioned from 2019 to 2021. And one of the things that I saw when it came to media was video. And you guys went from TV shows to producing video content.
Marketing videos, correct. Marketing videos. It's kind of like, I say it's like being a realtor when the market came back. We happened to be in the video business when video marketing took off. So we rode that wave with the media evolution. And so we were able to it's a lot to produce a 30-minute TV show and to do it right. And we were elevating in each program that we produced to where we had another standard, and it was getting more and more difficult, not difficult, but more and more time consuming, because we were elevating the way that we produce things. And it got to where we could produce, 10, 30-second spots for a client a lot easier than we could a full 30-minute show. And make just as much money. And so we made that transition. And it was what was needed. And people's attention spans, they've gone from 60-second videos to 30-second videos, 15-second videos. So it's just, again, being able to evolve with the time. And I think that's another reason why SCB has been able to stand how long it has been able to is because we have evolved. We're not who we were in 2014.
Right.
We've moved with the model and the media that's out there.
Right. Now, it seemed as I was watching SCBTV evolve, social media, website,
Yep.
all the things you guys were doing on Google, it looked like you tapped into one of the things called the #1 marketing tool, which was brand storytelling and lead generation.
Absolutely.
Like you were phenomenal you guys were phenomenal going into those businesses, telling their stories.
And that's one of my favorite things to do. And again, it comes from the part of the entrepreneurial spirit and foundation that I had from my own family-owned business. Like, I know what it was to sit around the Thanksgiving table and talk about the business. I know what it was to have multiple generations working within a company. So it just came to be my passion to share those same stories of other businesses like that. You know, we work with a local welding supply company, fourth generation, you know, and we've been able to go in and help them create video content to celebrate their 50th anniversary. Or another scale company where they get to talk about what it was like transitioning from second generation to third generation. And that was my passion because that's who I am, you know, and it's where I come from. So we just automatically got into that storytelling because, you know, people don't just buy your product because of your product. People buy the product because of you.
Yes,
you too.
absolutely.
You too. And you're a community man too. And you get out there and build relationships and you know everybody. And people buy because they know it's Dre. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
And that's just because the reputation that you've built, the quality, but not only that, but the heart and the servant and the community aspect of it. So, you know, it's not just digital marketing. I mean, yes, it's taken over. It's huge. I'm not going to say not to do that for your business. But telling that story is just as critical because people buy not just your product, but people buy you. So the best way to do that is to tell it through video content.
Now, you emphasized one great thing in your last statement, and that was community and partnerships.
Oh, yeah.
You know, that seems to be a high value commodity on SCBTV's list when it comes to dealing with people. Like, I'm seeing you everywhere, even when you're not producing content, you're pouring into this community through nonprofit organizations, community organizations. How does it make you feel to be able to give your time back to bring value to your community as well as producing quality content to attract people
to the community? I mean, I love it. It's one of my favorite things to do. And I know the first couple years I had SCB, I put SCB in everything. I mean, we were at every community event that you could think out, whether it was blowing up balloons or with the Polaroid camera taking pictures, giving out prizes, whatever we could do to get the brand in front of people. And it's still important to do that. No matter how big your brand is, it's still important to be connected to the local community because those are the people that are supporting you every single day. And I love it. I love McDonough. I love where I live, work, play, sleep, all that stuff. Like I love where I live, and it's just an honor for me to be able to serve back and give back the way that we can and to tell people about it because I often am like, man, we're McDonough. And I really believe that, you know? Like McDonough is a great place to come and I believe that with all my heart and I do want to share that with other people. So I think that's why I have such a passion for getting that message out there.
City of McDonough celebrating 200 years. Birthday.
Yes.
You've been here since the beginning.
Yep.
You know,
well, I'm not 200 years old.
Not 200 years. I know. But I'm talking about,
just kidding.
You're one of the originals from my time of coming in. You know, as I should have rephrased that. How big is building value? You know, when it comes down to not just celebrating the city of McDonough, but making sure that it's an attraction on a statewide level.
Oh, it's important. Like tourism is huge. Like and tourism and bringing people here is huge. It's important. It's a great thing to do and to be able to be a company that can make a small impact in providing a place for people to come or things for them to do or a way to share the message about the great things about McDonough. I love it. You know, it's like however we can help share the message of McDonough, I'm down to do because I like I said, I believe it's a great place to be.
Awesome. Now you work hand in hand with a few governments as well as the city of McDonough, producing video content. You know, tell us some of the strategic methods that you guys are using to develop downtown Main Street and attract people because I saw Main Street just grow and bloom, just turn all the way, do a 360. So tell us some of the things you guys do.
I think how I can have an impact on that is because I am a merchant in local downtown McDonough with the new building 140. You know, having growing businesses, thriving businesses, consistent businesses, you know, in our downtown McDonough area is important,
Okay.
you know, and we want businesses to come here because when someone comes down on a Saturday, we want them to be able to have something to do, somewhere to go, a place to eat, whether you're a couple, a family, whatever it might be. We want to be able to have those places for people to come and enjoy the space that we live in.
Awesome. Game Changers Magazine, Game Changers Media Network, Voices of the Village podcast. I want you guys to stay tuned for part 3 as we talk about building 140.
Yep.
The new gym in the community that's bringing people together. You guys stay tuned. We got to pay some bills. Commercial break. Voices of the Village podcast. Stay tuned.
And equality. Now the world they will see. That's why.